Cardinals could have a tough week, or we could have a really easy one. We play the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys fans, I know you guys are completely lost at where your team stands. You guys are 3-4-1. We're 2-5. We're one game off from having a very similar record. If we beat you guys, we're in the same category. And the NFC is so interesting. This is what it's shaping out to be like, and potentially there might be no chance the Cardinals even sneak in with a wild card because the NFC West is loaded as it stands right now. The 49ers did lose. Dallas just lost too. So if we win this game, at least we're competing in the NFC East. But there's so many good teams here, and I don't believe in the Panthers. So maybe we do have a chance to sneak in, but the NFC West is kind of the only way we have a chance in the playoffs. But if there is a wild card spot that magically opens, then that would be great. But I'm not seeing the opportunity of window. We kind of have to climb the ranks. The Cardinals need these next 3 wins. Dallas fans, you guys have to win too, or you're going to slowly fall because that division is stacked as well. And Philadelphia can get hot and be one of the best teams in the NFL. So this is an interesting matchup. The Cardinals need it. The Cowboys need it. Let's go ahead and discuss. But if you guys are new to the channel and end up enjoying today's video, consider hitting that subscribe button. We post Arizona Cardinals NFL content. If you're a fan of either of those, perfect channel for you. But let's go ahead and dive into this matchup. We got a good one. Dallas, they do scare me for different reasons. The Cowboys offense in particular is averaging almost 31 points per game at 30.8, and they have just been a force to be reckoned with. And they just lost one of their best defensive players too, in Trevon Diggs, who just got placed on injured reserve, and that is a concussion. So he's out at least 4 games. This happened on the 25th. It is the 27th as I'm recording this. So he will be out against the Cardinals. That's huge. Their defense is already bad. They could really use an edge rusher. You know, they had a guy, but he's no longer there, and he's just dominating in the NFC as well. Jerry Jones, shout out to you, Cowboys fans. I know you want him to sell. But this is a game where the offense concerns me. The Cardinals defense has been tremendous, but in that fourth quarter has been abysmal. Go from literally a top 5 unit to a bottom unit. Probably the worst in the NFL. I think through, 7 games so far? I believe we've given up 78 points through the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth quarter alone, through the duration of the season, we've given up 76. That speaks volumes. That is atrocious. That is unacceptable. And we've controlled the destiny of every single game, and we've just let it slip. The Cardinals aren't a sorry team, and we've controlled the destiny of every single game so far. This is going to make Cardinals fans sick to your stomach again because it's just a continual mention. Cowboys fans, you might not know, but if we take a look at the Cardinals on the complete bottom, let's look at points for and points against. PFPA. Points for, it's a 1-point differential. We've scored 153, and we've given up 154. If we take a team like the Giants, for example, you guys see that point differential is a way wider margin for a team that is 2-6, 173 to 215. They're getting outscored. The Saints, for example, they are getting obliterated. It's almost 80, I believe. It's 81, if I'm not mistaken, point differential there, and they're 1-7. The Cardinals don't belong in this category, but we've dug ourselves a hole and we can't close games. It's frustrating, but I also don't really know where the Cowboys stand either because they just lost by 20 points to the Denver Broncos, who are a really good team. I'm not the biggest Bo Nix guy. I'm not the biggest Bo Nix believer. You can't deny what he does in that fourth quarter, but just as a quarterback, I don't really believe in him. But that defense is crazy. Cowboys put up 24, but 44 points for Denver. And this is why I also don't know where the Cowboys stand, because they played the Eagles very close. That was an ugly game. If CeeDee Lamb catches the football, they win that. The Giants, that was a thriller in overtime. That was crazy. Then they lose to the Bears by a good amount. They lost by 17. I don't know how that happens. And the Packers, they tie, scoring 40 and 40. When the offense performs, they thrive. 37 against the Jets, who I think have a really underrated defense. But their offense sucks. Justin Fields sucks. The offensive line sucks. That team is just buns. Panthers, they lost to them. I don't know how they lose to the Panthers because the Panthers are buns, but they lost to the Panthers. Then the Commanders, they blew them out. Then they get blown out. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. The Cowboys are very weird. And saying that, like, they're also a really good team. Let's just pull this up real quick. You guys see the offense. They're great. They rank top 10 in almost everything besides red zone scoring. Points per game, number 2. Yards per game, number 2. Points per play, number 3. Yards per play, number 4. Third down conversion, number 8. Fourth down, 6. Touchdowns a game, 3.5, ranking 4th. But then you flip to the defense, and they're literally last in every single category dang near. They're 31st in opponents' points per game, yards, points per play, yards per play. Third down conversion, they're the worst. Fourth down conversion, which is very cherry-picked because it just, not all the teams go for it on fourth down against you. They rank 5th at 50%, so I guess that's solid. Red zone scoring, 28, and opponents' touchdowns. They basically match them, ranking 31st. So the Cowboys, they're not that good. Cardinals, we're pretty mid. We're pretty mid, especially the offense. We're mid. We have no run game. I'm not afraid to admit that. This team is very underperforming. We have no run game. The Bam Knight is kind of the only guy who's gotten things going. Trey Benson's popped a couple ones, but if we look at the stats, man, the defense is about, I'd say, like 10 to 12th ranked, and that fits very well. We'd probably be a top 8 unit if we could actually close out games in the fourth quarter, but that's not the case. Cardinals offense, we're probably ranked like 20th. Everything looks bad. Jacoby Brissett gave a little life to this offense, but I mean, Drew Petzing doesn't have any choice but to rip the football. So if Kyler Murray comes back, which I expect him to, which will be good for this offense, give them a different look, I think we're going to thrive, but like, dang, I don't expect anything but for us to rip the football. And if Kyler does come back, the guy is 9-0 at AT&T Stadium. Never lost in Texas dating back to high school. This guy is electric in this stadium. He loves playing in Texas, and he will give you guys the work. You guys know that. You guys remember 2021. The guy's a ball player. And another guy who's a ball player that we have not seen that I expect to be back, I don't know, but I'm not an insider. I don't have any inside information, so if he doesn't play, do not come and give me flack. But Walter Nolan, the guy we took in the first round with the 16th overall pick, this was last week on the 20th. Jonathan Gannon said Walter Nolan has a big-time plan this week during the bye as he works his way back from a calf injury. So I'm expecting him to play, and if he doesn't play, he'll play the next one. But I'm really hoping to see him here because we need to be able to close the game. We need a wrecker. He is going to wreck that. The Cowboys offense does frighten me a little bit, but I think our defense can contain them. It's just the fourth quarter. If it's a close game going to the fourth, I'm basically just chalking it as a loss. So we have to kind of get ahead, and that's something this Cardinals team, even if we do get ahead, we always let them creep back in. I don't know what it is. I don't know why this team just struggles to put the foots on next, whether it's conservativeness, bad football, defense giving up touchdowns. Like, it just all goes bad for some reason when we break out to 21 points. So if Kyler Murray does play, that's something I want to see. After we get to 21, the conservative play calling. Just let him keep ripping the football. And Kyler, don't be boneheaded. Pure, blank, simple. And for the Cardinals, if we can establish any type of a run game with a ball carrier who's the predominant guy to average over 4 yards a carry, that would be fantastic because we are struggling hard this season. Rushes a game, we can't even do it. We've completely gone away from it. But rushing yards per game, and this is because Kyler Murray was actually healthy, and this is kind of why it's a little bit boosted. I don't even know how we're here, to be honest. 110 rushing yards per game. Don't know how we're at that number. Definitely doesn't feel like it, but we're there. But that ranks 20th in the NFL. 20th in touchdowns. We don't even average one a game. James Conner and Trey Benson and Kyler Murray being out, this is a huge hit. It doesn't even feel like we can run the football. Apparently, we're averaging 4.4 yards per rush, which is about middle of the pack. But if you go look at James Conner, you go look at Michael Carter, you go look at their games, was not great. And James Conner, very limited action, but just not great. We can play great run defense. That's for sure. The defense in general is pretty solid, unless it's through the air. But our secondary is basically banged up. So we have a lot that we need to work on. Will Johnson has been fantastic. I want to see him continue to get better. Max Melton has looked pretty solid as well. I want to see them continue to get better and close this game. Buda Baker talked about having a players-only meeting. I want to stomp Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. Dak Prescott having an MVP-type season. Cowboys fans, I'm with you. I was not the biggest Dak believer back in like 2021 when I first started YouTube. I said he's about middle of the pack. This season, he's a top 8 quarterback, has looked phenomenal, and should be in the MVP candidacy. I feel like he's getting disrespected. Patrick Mahomes somehow clears at number 1 on every single ranking I'm seeing. I don't understand that. Dak Prescott's not even cracking top 5s in what I'm seeing. I see Bo Nix ahead of him. I think that's disrespectful. You take Dak Prescott off this team, the offense goes to S. Like, this team is going to struggle without Dak Prescott, and the offense is the only reason their season is alive. So Dak Prescott, in my opinion, is the MVP of the league. So you guys take that for how you want, but I think the Cardinals are actually going to win this. I think we're going to walk away with the win. I'm going to say we score 31 points, and it's going to be 31-30, and we're going to top Dallas, and we're going to get a huge win. So you guys let me know how you guys feel about it down below. We have to go on a 3-game win streak, and hopefully it starts on Sunday or Monday, whenever we play. I think it's a Monday night game, so hopefully we can crack down on Monday. With that being said, that is going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL content. If you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But with that being said, that is going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.